Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Oriane, and in today's video we're gonna talk about 5 things I would do if I could go back to college again. I've realized that a lot of college students are following me, and I just wanted to, show them some tips and tricks on, things I would do if I could have a do-over. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so tip number 1, do a double major. Those 4 precious years, if I could go back, I would do a double major. I would have done a double major in finance and accounting in 4 years, then do my master's in accounting for 1 additional year instead of 2. So I would have done double major finance and accounting, then master's in accounting, then sit for the CPA exam before starting working. I'm not saying it's the only way, clearly it's not. I did a bachelor in finance, then started working, then I had an interest in accounting, so I studied accounting during my full-time job, sat for the CPA exam, then went into public accounting. So it's not the only way, but I would recommend doing a double major in anything that you have an interest in. Like, do double major in accounting and ISIT or information science, do a double major in accounting and finance and accounting and something else. Just do a double major. I feel like those 4 years, to have the most use out of those 4 years, to save money, to save time, just do a double major. I think you get so much more out of it. And especially finance and accounting, they have similar requirements. I think they have a few electives that are different here and there. And I remember when I was in school, a lot of my friends were doing a double major in finance and accounting. But back then I was like, no, I want to do finance. I like finance. I don't like accounting. And then look where I am now. So yeah, consider doing a double major. Tip number 2. Take some type of tech classes, like some type of information system class. Something that I would recommend also, going back to my tip number 1, do a double major in accounting and ISIT. ISIT stands for Information System and Technology, I think, something like that, but it's some type of like tech classes that you take in addition to your accounting major, and I had to write it down. So take some classes in spreadsheet software like Excel. Be a genius with Excel. Some type of statistic classes to just find a way to quickly analyze data. Some type of programming class like Java or Python or SQL or Visual Basic for Excel. Like, as an auditor and working in internal audit and analyzing data, if I had the knowledge of coding and things like that, I feel like I would save so much time analyzing data and trying to make a sense of what the data is telling me. There's a significant demand for students that have both accounting and IT skills, and I know that me being in the business process side of internal audit, like sometimes when I'm talking to the IT auditors, sometimes I wish I understood more what they were saying. Like, half of the time I'm like, can you explain it in like a business way so I can actually understand what you're telling me? But sometimes I wish they would just explain to me how things work and I would just get it because I have that IT knowledge. So I'm definitely taking classes next year in some type of IT, some type of coding. There are free classes that you can take that would teach you how to code and how to understand different information system and different IT and technology. So I would link some that I found in the description box below, but please take some technology classes. Even if it's not for your job, just for yourself. Like, it's just gonna save you so much time and energy. Tip number 3, if I could go back to college, I would do a better job at trying to be a leader on campus. No matter what type of organization, it doesn't have to be business, clubs, it can be anything else, like art club, book club, like anything. Like, try to be a leader, try to build your leadership skills on campus. by being involved in, you know, like the management of the club, the president or the vice president or the treasurer. Like try to build those skills early on, because that's how you really build a strong network with people. They trust you, and then you know when you interview for jobs, those are the type of things that you know recruiters are looking for. You know, what are you doing on campus that is important, like that's valuable, that's actually gonna help you when you start working. So if I could go back, I wish I would have spent more time trying to do that. Clearly, again, turned out pretty okay, but those are the type of skills that it's really good that you develop early on, so that you don't struggle too much when you start working. It's not hard for you to reach out to people. It's not hard for you to tell people to do things, because it's things that you've been doing for, you know, for a long time. So try to build those leadership skills, and it really shows, sorry, when I speak to my peers or to my coworkers or to certain people, I can really tell if someone is going to be a good manager, or if someone is a good manager, or if somebody's going to be a good leader, just by the way they talk to you, just the confidence that they have to, you know, tell you to do certain things, the way they expose their ideas. And that's really important to build that early on. If I could go back to college again, I would branch out of the business school. I went to U of I, the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, ILLINI, ILLINI. Sorry guys, I have to do that. But yeah, all of the business students, they used to all hang out at BIF. BIF stands for Business Instructional Facility, I think. I'll write it down. But that was like where you would find everywhere. Like it was always the same people. We were all in the College of Business. I mean, it was where you would go and just hang out, and you see all of the people from class, all of the people from everywhere. Like that was where everybody was. And if I could go back, I would go outside of that little world that we, like, it was a bubble. Like the College of Business was a bubble. We were all inside of there, and it was just, you know, you really had to be intentional and get out of your way to meet people from like the other colleges. So if I could go back, I would like join a club, like a science club or a coding club or a technology club, or any club that wasn't in the College of Business, because I feel like I was just seeing the same people all the time. We were all doing the same things. And you know, going back to building a strong network, sometimes you want people that are not doing the same things that you do, people that are not, you know, necessarily in your, like your world, like your business world. You know, I wish I had more engineering friends and biology friends and arts friends, and you know, like people that were studying French. I wish I looked for people that were actually studying French, like a French club or something. Like, you know, just branch out. Like if you're studying engineering, you know, go and make friends with the business students. If you're studying business, like go and make friends with the other students from the other colleges. I think it's really important to like build that strong network. And then finally, tip number 5, work on building a very strong group or network of friends from college. That's something that was very hard for me to do, and I don't want to blame that on my background, but I feel like with the way I was born and raised, and my culture, and you know, my values and the things, like just the person that I am, I feel like it was a little harder for me to make friends in college. I mean, I have very good friends with whom I'm, you know, still very close, but you know, it's not a lot. And I think that it's a little different, with like American students, like people that were born and raised in America. It's easier for them to make friends, of course, because you know, this is their environment, this is things that they've done, you know, for the longest time. And same thing if I was back home, if I was in Ivory Coast or if I was in Cote d'Ivoire, of course it would have been easier for me to make friends. So I would say to my people that, you know, are not thinking right now at, you know, making building a strong network or going out of their way to make friends, like please do that. Like if I could go back, I would have gotten out of my way more to make friends, to make strong friendships, not friends that you just go out and drink and not do anything with them. No, actually strong, um, solid friendships. Because as you go through your adult life and your professional career and everything, I mean, it gets harder. It gets harder when you don't have a support system, where you don't have people that have been through, certain experiences with you. It's a little more difficult. It's not impossible, but it's a little difficult to navigate. So definitely think about, building that strong network. Don't No sleep on that. And now I'm gonna give you a little bonus if you stayed until the end. I'll give you a little bonus of things that I did well that you should do too. So number one, start by community college. I started my college career. I did 2 years in a community college, then I did the last 2 years in my university, and I saved time. And I didn't save time, I saved money. Save money, because it took me the normal 4 years. I saved a lot of money in those 2 years. The classes were smaller, and since English is not my first language, the smaller classes really helped me build my confidence, raising my hand and asking questions. So if you want to do it. I mean, you just save money. But the other thing is that transferring to a university as a junior, it's harder for you to make friends, because most people they make friends during the freshman year. So by the time you come and you're a junior, it's really hard to break in, which I think is the reason why it was very difficult for me to make friends. It's because by the time I went to university, most people in my grade, so most juniors, they had friends from the freshman year. They were like this, and it was like, how do I break in? So I wasn't really successful at doing that. So it's just consider it. So starting by community college, yeah, it's great. You save money, you have less debt when you graduate, but then when you transfer to the university after, it might be a little easier to make friends. So it's one thing here, one thing there. Then my number two would be join a business fraternity. I'm really glad I did that. That's where I met most of the friends that I have currently. It's through my business fraternity. I was in AKSI. Yeah. It's harder to join again a business fraternity as a junior. I was the only junior that they took that year. So also something to consider if you want to transfer to a university as a junior. It's harder to get involved, it's harder to get into organizations, but it's something to also think about. And number three, study really, really hard. I mean, just study, focus. I mean, college is great, and there's a lot of parties, and of course you should enjoy your youth with your friends and everything, but don't forget the reason why you're there. Don't forget what you want to do afterwards. Like, don't lose sight of that. Work hard, focus, get straight A's. Like, just focus on your purpose, the reason why you're there, and what you want to become. And then also have fun. I mean, it's college. 4 years, it goes by so fast. Have fun, enjoy, party. Like, you won't go back. Like, you won't get those 4 years back. Like, make good memories, go to that party, go meet that group of friends, study. Remember to study. Remember, like, put it in your schedule and everything to study, but go party, go have fun, because you really don't get those 4 years back. Then finally, just pick a good school. I'm so glad I went to U of I. I don't think that I would have wanted to go anywhere else. I mean, it was a fantastic school. The education was great. The people were great. All of my professors, oh my God, I just loved every single one of them. But yeah, pick a good school, pick, good classes, look up your professors, join organizations. I mean, it's a whole package. So that's it for today, guys. Just quickly wanted to come here and tell you the 5 things I would do if I could go back to college again, plus bonus small things here and there that I did that I think we're good, because I turned out pretty okay. Let me know below if you have any questions or comments or concerns or suggestions, and I'll do my best to address them. But in the meantime, until my next video, stay safe and take care. Bye bye. And if you haven't subscribed, please do and support your girl, and I will see you next time.